that Isha Todd was the person in the video who was performing oral sex on a 1-year-old infant. We immediately sought a warrant for her arrest. After arresting Ms. Todd, she implicated Shadedrick Jones, a sheriff deputy, 43 years old, as the one who recorded the video. I notified Sheriff Stassi. He sent some of his investigators over, very cooperative to work with us to get to the bottom of this. The video shows that it was taken at 4:38 p.m. on yesterday evening. Looking into the GPS system on Mr. Jones' cruiser, it showed him at that residence at that time. Also, other surveillance in the area cameras that we looked at showed Mr. Jones' police cruiser parked at that residence at the time Ms. Tyler alleged the video was recorded. In my 16 years as chief of police, I have never seen anything so disgusting and sickening in my life. I also have reached out to Baton Rouge Office of Homeland Security to see if we can bring other federal charges. I cannot speak about federal charges at this time, but I can talk about the state charges that they face. Ms. Todd, first degree, rape, incest. Officer Jones, principal of first degree rape, possession of child pornography. Sheriff Stassi terminated him immediately upon his arrest. Also, I want to thank the Port Allen Police Department on last night who helped us execute a search warrant at the residence of Cedric Jones, where we seized several electronic items. Video to the young ladies who brought it here to the St. Louis Police Department. We believe that he was in possession of that video.
Were there any other cases? I don't know if y'all can speak of this, but when they did search for that video, were there any other videos that they found, or was this the only video that they found?
We had a search warrant to seize any electronic equipment. In order to go into his electronic equipment, we would have to do another search warrant, which I want to turn that over to the Attorney General office, and Monday we can proceed with trying to get into his electronic devices. But based on witness statement, he was in possession of that video of the 1-year-old.
Where's the 1-year-old now?
Oh, we turned her over to Child Protective Services last night, and to my knowledge, she's with the grandmother.
Did the late woman, the child's mother, have any other kids? Any other children?
No.
All right.
No.
Now, the woman who brought this to your attention from Facebook, what is her connection? Did she know these individuals at all?
She knew him, and she felt that it needed to be investigated. The child mother alleged that she was coerced to perform oral sex because she had a traffic warrant for her. So Mr. Jones coerced her to perform the act on the child. Said that was his fantasy.
Was this Mr. Jones' first offense?
Yes, ma'am, that I know of. Checking his record, he don't have any other charges.
Now, was that child a boy or girl?
It's a boy.
Okay. Just trying to get it. And is this, you would say this, oh, he led the crime took place in St. Gabriel, but the officer is from Port Allen.
Correct. His residence is in Port Allen.
Okay.
So with the assistant of the Port Allen Police Department, Chief Brown, and his staff, we executed a search warrant on his residence.
Okay. What's next? When is he going to have it go to court or anything?
He's being housed right now in West Baton Rouge in protective custody. She's being housed at the River Parish Jail. They have 72 hours for arraignment. You might want to give it to the sheriff's office and find out exactly when the arraignment is for both of them. As of this time, no bond has been set.
No bond has been set. Okay.
As far as the child, what happens with, I know the child is with the grandmother. Is there any agencies that will come in to monitor, not saying that the grandmother's doing anything, but will there be any agencies to come in and monitor what goes on with that child from here on out?
Child Protective Service. They have also talked to the child father, and the only reason he didn't take the child last night, he didn't have a car seat in his vehicle, so he was placed with the grandmother. So I think the child going to be placed with his biological father.
So this the mother, she had a traffic warrant, and the officer said he was going to take her to jail unless he performed his fantasy.
Right. She alleges that he coerced her to perform that based on her having a traffic warrant.
Did she have a warrant?
Yes, she did have a traffic warrant.
Okay, and is he the one that gave her the ticket, or he just searched
No.
her up?
He was not the one that wrote a ticket. State police had wrote a ticket and she didn't appear in court.
And he
So
searched-
actually he had a bench warrant for her.
So he searched it. So someone issued him a bench warrant.
She had a bench warrant.
I know, but how did he get the bench warrant to serve?
He had knowledge of it.
Oh, he just
Yeah,
said now
yeah.
they use that for.
Right.
So they had no prior contact.
None that we
Didn't
know
know
of.
at all.
It was early in the investigation, but none that we know of.
All right.
Chief, I know this is hard, but what went through your mind when you first saw this video?
When you have kids, first thing for someone doing that to one of your kids, innocent, have no idea what's going on, to do something like that to an innocent child, it's sickening to my stomach. And if you will see the video, you'll feel the same way I'm feeling today. That's why I'm seeking other prosecution on a federal level. Sometimes they can be kind of lenient on a state level. I want to see him prosecuted to the fullest.
How-
Not only that, to have a badge on. He was disgusting to the badge. And I tell the public, they got more good officers than bad. Every now and then we run into a bad apple, and we have to put him away. And that's what I think Mr. John is, a bad apple.
I'm not sure if I missed this in details or anything. Do we know how long the act went on? How long the video was?
The video is about 2 minutes.
Has Mr. Jones said anything to defend himself?
Now, Mr. John lawyered up on me last night.
How about her, the mother? Oh, the mother already gave you all that.
The mother gave us a statement.
Okay.
Another cooperating witness who sent the video to the young ladies who brought it in, she gave us a statement also.
Do you know if that was a personal message? He didn't post that on his like
No.
page. He sent it to individual people, right?
It was actually, she said he videoed it with his cell phone. We didn't get his cell phone, but because it linked to another one of his devices,
Right.
we knew that he had it. He was in possession of it.
Okay.
And Mr. John was supposed to show up to work last night in Mangum, and he didn't show up. He said he had a family emergency. He didn't show up to work in Mangum. We had a cell phone at the time, and he was constantly calling the whole time. So he knew it was on to him, and he knew that the video had been leaked.
Now, is this officer married, children, or what?
He have kids. I think he's divorced. He had a living,
All right. Did the grandmother or the baby's family say anything?
I hadn't spoken with anyone on the baby family side.
And can you just say again when this act took place?
On yesterday evening at 4:38, video was taken at 4:38 yesterday evening.
And then you said late last night, that's when he was
when
calling
it was
her?
Thursday evening, excuse me, it was happened Thursday evening. Which would be the 5th.
And you got the video.
We got the video yesterday evening.
And you made him. What time when you arrested the officer
We arrested him last night about 11 o'clock
at his house?
at his house in Port Allen.
When you all talked to Officer Jones and he said that, this was when it was alleged that this was his fantasy to do this, what went through your mind when
For someone to have that type of fantasy, he's a sick individual. He needs help.
So they could have been other people who've done this too, huh? He had access to those warrants. She had a warrant out of Iberville Parish, huh?
Right.
And he's goes there searching through the data bank.
Mm-hmm. And we urge anybody that have been appointed by Mr. Jones, anything ever happened to them by Mr. Jones, that they come forward.
Other possible victims, huh?
It's possible victims.
How old did you say the mother was? And she only had one child?
I don't know exactly how old the mother. She's 26.
26.
what was her mindset when you all talked with her? What was her state of mind? What was her reaction to all this?
She said she was scared to go to jail. She cooperated with the investigation. She started all about protecting him, saying that he wasn't on duty, he wasn't in his police car. And she finally came around with the truth. She said his car was there, which we already knew because of the GPS system.
Was he in uniform?
He was in uniform.
Was he on? But he wasn't on the clock.
his duty ended at 4 o'clock. But according to surveillance, he had been there since 3 o'clock.
So he was actually there on duty,
Right.
and after he,
But when the video was made, he had been relieved from duty.
so he didn't.
About 30 minutes. Yeah.
He didn't approach her about anything though. Her doing anything.
What is the? I mean, I know for the officers that know him, I know this. It's kind of obvious to ask what the reaction is here, but what is the reaction here for the department as a whole? What is the talk right now? What's going on with y'all? I mean, being an officer so close in this.
My department and the sheriff department, we went closer together, and no one here believes, they just doesn't believe that nobody will go through to this level to perform sex on a 1-year-old and have a police officer watch. Nobody believes that this can happen. Everybody's still in shock.
Minister Jones. I don't know why my job was asking about Minister Jones.
Not the same guy. Mm-hmm.
I know.
So the mother, she says she was that afraid to go to jail that she performed oral sex on her son in order to make sure she wasn't going to jail.
Right. She alleged he coerced her to perform oral sex so she won't go to jail on a bench warrant.
How long would she have been in jail for?
First degree rape actually carry a life sentence.
No, I mean if she would have went to jail for the bench warrant.
She was able to post bond, maybe an hour or 2 hours, She was able to post bond on the bench on a traffic ticket.
Are you able to say like how much the traffic ticket was?
I don't have no knowledge of how much it was.
Does she have any kind of record?
No.
This is her first dealing with the justice system, huh?
Right.
Okay. Look at her name was kind of odd.
Aisha.
Aisha?
Right. If I'm pronouncing it right. Aisha.
How you spell that? You don't mind? I know that's a dumb question, but
It's Iyehetesa.
the last name?
Todd.
T-O-D.
Right.
So do you believe Miss Todd?
Far as what the evidence leading us to, I believe her claim.
And so
He was at the residence when it happened, and other surveillance video that we saw in the area placed his cruiser at her residence.
Do you hear his voice in the video?
No.
okay. So she just, I guess a judge is gonna have to clear her, or maybe reduce her charges or something like this. It's up to the judge now.
Right. We're gonna turn it over to the DA office.
Will she be charged if she did it at the deputy's request?
We're leaving all that in the hand of the district attorney.
She already charged, right? She's
Right,
facing the
right.
same charge as the deputy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you worried about losing the public's trust after something like this?
Well, we always worry about gaining the public trust. My word to the public is that you got more good officers than you have bad. It's just like any other field. You got the good and bad. And I believe we got more good police officers out there than we have bad officers on the streets, willing to do the job to protect and serve.
Did he have on a body camera?
No, they don't have body cameras.
Who's feeding y'all them questions? My question. I had an intern kept pushing me.
Okay, Deputy, is there anything else that you can share on this, or the dynamic of does this change what kind of, I guess, evaluations that we do? I know that's something that is kind of far-fetched or is out of reach right now, but does this potentially raise up the question of what kind of evaluations have to be in place or anything like that for officers or deputies that come in?
I believe that you can do all the evaluation you want to. You're just going to have some people slip through the crack. You're going to get a bad apple here and there. I don't care how many metric tests you give them, how many psychological evaluations you give them. You're dealing with human nature. And every now and then you have one that slipped through the crack that shouldn't be here.
When was his last? Do we know when Officer Jones' last evaluation or health check was?
No, he's not my employee.
Okay.
I refer you to the sheriff.
Okay. Okay. Lastly, in your time in law enforcement, where does this case here rank?
The worst. The worst. I have 30 years of experience, and this is the worst I've seen.
Was the child's name released?
No.
That's it for me.
Fine.
So,
Thank you so much.
all right.